please welcome Mr. Eugene Burke.
One of the things I've learned actually in being elected chair of the ATP is you don't have a lot of choices in some things, you know, so I hope you don't mind a little bit of hope and land and glory. The thing is, every time I come to America, people always ask me, you know, do I enjoy watching those kangaroos bounce around the place? So hopefully by basis of my accent and that music, you know that I'm not from Australia, I'm from the UK. I do want to welcome you to this morning's session. And as someone who's not an American, very much a theme for this session is the world coming to ATP. In actual fact, we have well over 23 different countries actually coming to this conference, so it is a truly international event, I think, as well. Now, I know that one of the other things that you come here for is for the experience of innovation, and I promise you that's not designed on my head. I don't think it is anyway. But actually, that is a constant thing that brings people back to this event, and very much something that I know you all value. Now, value is something that we're going to run as another theme in this morning's session as well. And I'm sure you will agree that one of the things we value is promoting the fair and valid use of tests developed to high professional standards. So that's a core value for us as an industry, a core value for us as an association as well. But actually, there's another aspect of value other than the things that we feel are important. So I'm hoping that you've come for the first time and you're experiencing value at this event like I did 8 years ago. I'm going to spend a little bit of time now just sharing a little bit of sense of the value that this event actually does offer. So if I look to Sean at the back, he's the Wizard of Oz, he's going to change this. I have had absolutely no choice over this morning. I think I'm just about getting used to the picture. I think I might need to, if there are any therapists in the house, I might need to have a sit down with someone and a cup of tea later on. So I came to ATP in 2006. Actually, my chief executive at the time has said, okay, we're developing a new product. It's going to be a big push for us for online, unproctored testing, high-stakes testing. I've heard of this thing called the Association of Test Publishers. They have an event. Actually, I'd like you to go there and develop some business relationships and see how we can substantiate that solution through testing out our own research with industry peers, but also to find business relationships. Well, that's what I came to do. That's what I achieved. I got my KPI ticked off that year. But what I found was actually, you know, there's a massive breadth here in terms of the range and exposure to different aspects of this industry. And that's something that I really did enjoy. So the following year, I did a presentation and got a chance to also test out some of our ideas. Got to know people here, got to know what a nice community this is, and actually also then started to get more involved in and could see opportunities to contribute to the association through the European Association of Test Publishers. And a few years later, they very kindly have asked me to wear a ribbon with lots and lots of things on it and be chair for 2014. That's just briefly my story. What we have asked is a couple of colleagues, and I'd like to start with one particular colleague who's actually been, that's Marcy Hamburg, sitting in the front, who's actually been to every single innovation conference. So we asked Marcy what brought her to the conference to begin with and what's been bringing her back ever since. So if you'd like to roll the video.
I'm Marcy Anberg, president of Marcia Anberg Associates. We focus on research and development of psychological tests and business strategies. Well, I attended the first conference was about 15 years ago in Carmel Valley. And when I heard about the conference, I thought this was a great opportunity for me to meet other testing professionals from other discipline areas, whether it's clinical, industrial organizational, education, or certification licensure, and that's why I came. What was a great surprise for me, though it shouldn't have been, was that we all had the same concerns. We were concerned about protecting intellectual property. We were concerned about developing strategies to reduce costs for test development and more efficient delivery and test development systems. It was interesting. I didn't have very many preconceived notions at all. I knew that I was going to have an opportunity to talk to a number of professionals, testing professionals from a variety of different areas of discipline. And I was looking forward to hearing what their issues were, how they were dealing with them, and networking, building friendships, that sort of thing. Well, it was wonderful that I found that the issues that I had been concerned about and some of my colleagues were exactly the same kinds of issues that occurred in these other areas. What keeps me coming back is a number of things. I am getting, every time I come back, I learn something new. I hear different perspectives and see some really great joint problem solving between not only, say, companies, but different areas of our industry. And this stimulates a lot of thought, a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities. The real value for me to come to the conference is the learning that I am able to, the pieces of information I'm able to pick up every year for 15 years, yeah.
And thank you for coming back, Marcy. Thanks very much. The second short story I want to share with you is a gentleman called Mark Oswald, who actually comes from Europe originally, but operates here in the US, I think, as well. And actually, Mark dropped me an email and asked for a chat back in 2010, 2011. And at that time, he was developing his business, developing his technology, test delivery technology, had heard about the Association of Test Publishers, and asked, would it be worthwhile actually coming to this event? So I'm going to let Mark now tell you the value that he found when he did come to that event in 2011.
Mark Oswald, Open Assessment Technology. We are the provider of an open source platform for computer-based assessments. All right, well, the product we're building comes out of research. And because it was delivered in open source, it found more and more adoption among other customers. And so it kind of pushed us to put the whole effort, take it out of academia or research and put it more on a commercial footing. And so ATP was the primary venue for us to come and explore the market potential for such an approach. For the first time in 2011, and it was kind of to scope things out. We weren't presenting or exhibiting, and it turned out to be an extremely interesting experience coming here. And then the next year, 2012, we became a gold sponsor and have been here since. So there were two things. On one side, you know, you're interacting with vendors, so it's the networking part. And I found people extremely open-minded, willing to help, to share their experiences, their view of the industry, and really helped us a lot define the business model for our company. And then on the other hand, there was also a good mix of end-user client representation, which kind of validated some of the ideas we had coming here. Our big expectation was, of course, to continue increasing brand recognition for our product and to generate leads, quite frankly. On one hand, vendor engagement, the networking, see what the progress in the market is, and then, of course, ongoing user engagement. So the main reason for us to continue coming back here is because of the focus of the event, and because it allows us to continue building out our brand name. So after being here for a number of years, it's becoming like a family, you know. Especially on the vendor side, because you meet the same people over and over, and that's adds a lot of value, and because in the end it comes down to the relationships that you build. So that's actually quite special about this conference.
And I hope Marcy will vouchsafe actually that those weren't scripted at all. You were asked a very simple question, weren't you? Why did you come and why did you come back? So hopefully also you get a sense then of the value that I think this event offers, but also the value that people do see in the association itself. Now what I want to do now is flip back now to the other aspect of value. What do we value? This is a volunteer organization. It is based